What's up guys, it's Amanda. Welcome back to my channel. Happy Artsy Fartsy Friday! You guys have been waiting for this video for a long time now, and I've gotten several comments recently saying that you are dying to see this video. You cannot wait to see it. So here it is. Today I am going to be showing you my 2018 workspace tour. Now you guys know we moved apartments recently, and when we were looking for a new apartment we kind of had two major things that we really wanted. The first thing was that we really wanted 2 bedrooms. That wasn't like a total deal breaker, but we were able to find a really good place with 2 bedrooms. And then the absolute top priority for me was that the new place had to have windows. If you remember our old apartment, I often struggled with lighting. We only really had one major window in our apartment, and that led out to our balcony, which kind of looked off into the parking lot, so people were walking by all the time. The natural light was blocked by the building next to us. It was just kind of a dark little cave. So in the new place, we have lots and lots of windows. We have tons of natural lighting, and I have a whole room to myself. Pretty much. 10% of the room is Keith's room. I'll show you that briefly, but everything else in here is mine, and I am so happy, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. First of all, let me just say a little disclaimer. It doesn't always look this clean. I did clean it for the video, and I got it really organized so that you guys could really see everything in its place. But no, it doesn't look like this all the time. There's usually some like papers laying around and like my last few projects that I haven't put away, stuff like that. But I do like to keep this place pretty clean and tidy just because it's my happy place and it's where I feel the most creative and the most comfortable. So I do really put a lot of effort into this space because this is where I like to be. Second disclaimer is that I will be linking everything that I can in the description bar down below, where things are from, where you can buy them, if they're still available by any means. A lot of this stuff though, I bought secondhand, and I will be discussing that because I threw this workspace together with not a whole lot of money, and I'm pretty proud of that. So while I did choose to splurge on a few things here and there, a lot of this stuff is really inexpensive, and I invite you guys to look at secondhand furniture for your workspace tour because it really worked out well in my opinion. So yeah, okay, let's go ahead and get into the 2018 workstation tour. Okay, so first and foremost, I just kind of want to give you an overview of this space and kind of just give you a look at what the entire room looks like before we kind of break it down piece by piece. So here's just a quick overview of the room. I don't know the room's exact dimensions off the top of my head, but while it is on the smaller side for, say, a bedroom, it's actually the perfect size for a home office. So first of all, let me just get this out of the way because it's kind of awkward to show you without breaking the whole fourth wall experience. So there is a giant closet in this room, which is amazing. It's mirrored, so it reflects a lot of the natural light, which is really awesome. This side of the closet, this side, I'm not really going to be showing you because that's like our storage space, but I will just be showing you a peek into this side of the closet because that's where I have some online store stuff. Also, just a side note, that is not my guitar. That is Keith's 10% of the room. This guitar, that poster, that amp, that's all his. But everything else in here is mine, so I am not a musician. That's Keith's thing. But yeah, let me go ahead and show you guys a look inside the closet. So in here is where I store all of my convention supplies, my setup, and all of my online store materials. So I have some cellophane bags in here, some shipping envelopes, some chipboard, bubble wrap, packing tape, things of that nature. But in these bottom 2 boxes down here, I have my convention table stuff. I also have my print rack back there, and I do have like my photo backdrop in here as well. So this is kind of just where this stuff goes. I also store all of my prints in here in a box so they stay nice and safe and they don't get bent or damaged. But yeah, so I don't go in here every single day, which is why it's nice just to throw it in the closet where it's out of the way and can be nicely hidden behind this beautiful mirrored door. So now that the closet's out of the way, I want to show you guys this amazing piece of furniture in my office. I absolutely love this. This was a TV stand that Keith and I purchased for $15 on the OfferUp app, which, if you guys don't know, is kind of like Craigslist, but it has an app on your phone. It's really easy to use. And yes, we got this for $15. That is 15. Super cheap and super affordable. And while in our old apartment, this actually did hold our TV, in our new apartment, we've kind of rearranged things, and now this is one of my greatest office storage solutions. So you can see here, I have my honking giant printer. This is the Epson Artisan 1430, which is discontinued. I will link the replacement model for this printer down below because that is a comparable price. If you try and look for the Epson Artisan 1430 now, it's outrageously expensive. It's like double what I paid, so I would not recommend going that route. But I will have the alternative one linked down below. If you see this funny looking thing here on the side, this is my continuous ink system. Also no longer available because it's specifically for this model of printer. But I did actually move apartments with this continuous ink system. I just took it out of the printer, and you'll see it's kind of like attached in there just like the regular ink cartridges are, but it was actually, it survived the move, so that was a miracle, and I'm able to keep using it, which is amazing. I was totally expecting to have to buy regular Epson cartridges, but I don't have to, so that's amazing. Over here we have my scanner. This is the Epson V37 Perfection scanner. This is also discontinued. I don't know why Epson does this, but I will link the replacement version down below. I think it's the Epson V370. They just added a 0. It's basically the same scanner at the same price. But again, if you try and find this exact model, it's outrageously expensive now because it's no longer available. But it's a good scanner. I've had it for like 3 or 4 years now, and it's still going strong. Bringing you down a bit to show you the rest of what's in here. This is an old HP printer that I had in college. It ran out of ink, so it's not really in use right now. But it is a good printer, and if I ever do repurchase ink for it, I can use that for just printing papers and stuff for school. But in the meantime, I have just been using my Epson for just about everything. I do have like some basic printer paper and some nice cardstock. I've been using the Georgia Pacific cardstock for printing and for drawing. It's a really good cardstock. Here I have my digital drawing tablet. This is the Huion, what is this? The Huion 610 Pro. It's a really, really good one. It was pretty affordable, and it's great for traditional artists that just want a digital art tablet for every now and then. Then I also have my light box. I think this is an Artbox brand light box. I have no idea. Yeah, Light Tracer Artograph Lightbox Elite. I got that at Michael's with a coupon and a gift card, so it was pretty affordable for me personally, but it is kind of boxy and clunky, and I think now there are probably better options on the market. Here is just like some various tech supplies, some like old gaming portable consoles. This is my button making supply, so all of the Mylar sheets, the pin backings, and the metal discs, that's all in there. In this box, I just have some various crafting stuff. Jewelry making, clear epoxy, all that kind of stuff is in here, and I don't use it very often. To the side of that is my continuous ink system refills. So even when my continuous ink system runs out, I will still be able to use it. Just a note, I've had my continuous ink system for over a year at this point, and it's still going strong. So if you're able to find a continuous ink system for your printer, I highly recommend getting it. And the last item in this shelf is my laminator. This is just a Scotch brand laminator. It's super cheap. The lamination sheets for this one are super cheap as well. It's easy to use, highly recommend it. I think you can get this on Amazon. You can also get it at Walmart, so it's really easy to find. And I use this for all of my bullet journaling covers, but it is just nice to have on hand for preserving documents or anything that you might need it for. So highly recommend this. Next here we have this little shelf. This was again a secondhand item that Keith and I purchased. It was $10. It's not a super sturdy shelf, so I would not use this for anything that's super load bearing, although you could drill it and nail it into the wall if you wanted to have a heavier item on it, but I just kind of have this for decoration and a few odds and ends. So I'm gonna start on the bottom and work my way up. So on this very bottom shelf, I have my heaviest items, and I have a postal scale for when I'm mailing out packages. These two little accordion folders just have stickers and sticker designs in them. This is the box for the continuous ink system. I like to keep the instruction manuals and all of the various parts that I may need to uninstall and reinstall it in here, so that I like to keep the box. And then I have my button press, which is not a great button press, but I got it on eBay for like $120, and it's lasted me several years, so I'm pretty happy with it. I'm not really looking to upgrade anytime soon. But yeah, I would highly recommend shopping name brand for your button press, because you don't really know what you're getting when you're buying stuff on eBay. But yeah, it gets the job done, so can't complain about that. On this next shelf, I just have some portfolios. I have these little bookends on either side. Not these are just decorative little jars from Target in the dollar spot. These were $3 each, and they are my favorite color of all time. Yellow is definitely going to be a reoccurring theme in this video. But yeah, I just like to keep all my portfolios here upright, so if people come over and they want to see my art, it's kind of easily accessible. I don't have to dig it out of a drawer like I did at my old place. So yeah, it's really good. And I use the Itoya art portfolios in these various sizes. I highly recommend these. They're really good quality. A little on the pricey side for how much art you can put in them, but I do enjoy them a whole lot. This shelf holds all of my little decorations and collectibles. If you followed me for any length of time, or you know me at all, you know I'm a big fan of elephants, so I have all of my little elephant collectibles here. And then I also collect sugar skulls, so there's a little bit of that here. I collect rubber ducks, so I have some rubber ducks here. I have some Batman figurines, and then these are actually 3D printed little figures that Keith gave me for Valentine's one year. So yeah, I have a cat bug and I have a totodile, so keep those on display as well. This shelf just holds some more decorations, some more sugar skulls. I have some little fake succulent plants here. I've named them. We have Photosynthia, Cetaphil, and Little P. So these are my little fake succulent plants. This is a little painting from a family friend. He's super, super talented. I will have him linked down below. He's illustrated children's books and tons of really cool stuff, so I will link him down below if you want to check him out and you like his art style. So yeah, I do like this shelf a lot. It's more aesthetically pleasing than the previous shelf, but these are all things that I love and love to have myself surrounded with when I'm in my workstation. Lastly, above this shelf, I have a cork board that's just sort of filled with a bunch of mementos and little knickknacks that I like to keep around. So I do have like some old love notes. I have some artwork that people have sent me, like the J My Creations, Nirel, Monique Renee. I have some family photos and stuff that's like important to me and like good memories. I also have all of my convention badges here, both from conventions I've tabled at and conventions I've just happened to attend. Oh, I also have Alexi Brewer's art up there. So yeah, I love looking at this. This is just for like little things that are difficult to frame and I don't want to lose, so I just keep them all up here. Also, this workstation would not be what it is without all of the beautiful art that's on the walls. Now, I actually don't hang up any of my own art in my house. I feel like that's really weird. So I love to surround myself with the artwork of others that inspire me and just make me happy. Obviously, I kind of stuck with a more primary color palette for this gallery wall here. And if you're interested in any of the artists featured on this wall, I would invite you to check out my Instagram, because I did post a picture of this on my Instagram and I tagged all of the artists over there. So if you're interested, go check it out. I highly support all of these artists. They're so, so talented. Sorry, the glare is making it a little bit difficult to see some of those on the end, but the picture kind of shows it off a little bit better. So yeah, love this wall. So this little part of the workstation tour will not be applicable or particularly interesting to every single one of you, so I'm going to go through it pretty quickly. But this is my makeup vanity. I kind of mentioned earlier that this space is just my happy space. So I do get ready here every single morning, as well as do all of my artwork in this room. So yeah, I do like having it be right by the window so I get some natural lighting in the morning, but it's very much the same setup in my old apartment. I have this kind of rustic looking mirror that was actually a gift from my parents. They no longer wanted it, so they gave it to me. I have a little light up mirror here, and then just like makeup brushes, and then like my most used makeup up there, and then in the drawers I just have other stuff, but I'm not going to go through all of that because, like I said, it's makeup stuff and it's boring to most of you probably. This up here was a DIY project that I did where I just got fake flowers and put it in a shadow box. I saw it on a YouTube video and I thought it was cute, and I love sunflowers because they're my favorite color. You guys get it. I am a very, very predictable human being. So yeah, this is my little makeup desk. And this desk, you guys, this is a 1970s vintage desk that I got on the OfferUp app for $40. Oh my God, I love this desk so much. It is my favorite thing. I'm obsessed with it, and I highly, highly recommend shopping for used furniture because it's such a good deal and it's always super cute. So now we are finally getting into my actual art desk. really quickly, you can just see some more decorations here to the side. And then right here is something I'm very, very proud of. These are pegboards that I picked up at Target in the dollar spot section. These were $5 each. They come with their own hooks. They're super easy to hang on the wall. I just put them in with one nail, so they're pretty sturdy. They're easy to take on and off the wall. I recently saw on a Facebook page that I'm a part of that people have been using these for their artist alley setups, and I think that would be super, super great. So if I ever wanted to make these a part of my tabling setup, I could just take them off and take them with me to conventions. But right now it is a really nifty storage space for me to just kind of put those odds and ends and help create some space in some of my drawers that I'll be showing you in a little bit. But up here, I just have some various things that I've made. I have a little color wheel that I made for some videos that I plan to do in the very, very near future. I have some spare scissors. I have a little roll of artist's tape, a spare hammer, some nails, this circle stencil, and some various rulers. I have some tape because I hate having to dig through my drawers for tape. And then I have this social media checklist, which is a download available on my Patreon. So if you create content online, you can download this and use this before you get ready to post and all of that. I find it super helpful. So yeah, and you can obviously make modifications to it as you see fit. Also, I have this little step stool because I'm short and I need this to do like very basic everyday tasks. So have a step stool there. So here we have the first of two identical drawer units. I got these from my dad. They used to be in his office, but when he no longer used them, I inherited them. And they have survived the move to California from New Mexico. They've moved into several apartments, up several flights of stairs, and they're still in wonderful condition. So I love these drawers. Organizing my workstation is so much easier because of these, and I have two sets of them side by side, but you can see one is kind of under my desk and then one is right next to my desk, kind of just as an extra surface. I do not know where these are from. I don't know where you can purchase them, but there's tons of drawers like this out there, so I'm sure you could find something comparable. I have an oil diffuser, which I don't use that often, but it is nice to have just in case I do ever want to use it. And then I have these two clamp camera mounts. These are from Amazon. They're super affordable. I highly recommend them. I've used them for years. They make filming really easy. You can manipulate them any way you want. So if you have kind of a versatile workspace, they can really work for you. And you can see I have them contorted in all sorts of weird ways based on how I like to use them. So I have two of those. I will have them linked down below for you because I love them. And I'll go ahead and give you a brief overview of these drawers to just show you the kind of stuff I store in them. So the first drawer here is kind of all bullet journaling supplies, like various pens, and I have a paper trimmer in here. I have highlighters in here. I have my 3-hole punch, and then I have my happy planner punch in here as well. So this is just basically like school supplies / bullet journaling supplies, and yes, I have a whole drawer full. The second drawer in here is kind of art supplies I don't reach for that often, so I have headphones in here. I have a round corner punch. I have some watercolor pencils, some regular colored pencils. I have some washi tape. In here, I think I have like charcoal and Conte pencils. I have all of my watercolor tubes in here in case I ever need to refill my watercolor palette. So yeah, this is all stuff I don't reach for all that often. I have erasers in here. I have like Copic replacement nibs and things like that. So this is stuff that I don't reach for super frequently, and therefore it's in this drawer unit, which is stuff I use less frequently than what is in the next drawer unit. And then the last thing in this big drawer down here, I have some larger papers, some like photo paper, some important documents, some canvases, all sorts of stuff. So this is just like a paper drawer in like every sense of the word. So it's like papers I'll use for art, papers I need to keep. I have like colored cardstock in there, all sorts of stuff. So yeah, anytime I need a canvas to work on, this is where I go. Okay, I'm gonna talk about this next set of drawers, and then I'll show you guys like the desktop, which I think is the most exciting part in my personal opinion. So first drawer, I just have like some office supplies. I have like some dry erase markers. I have some thumbtacks. I have a mini personal alarm, just in case anyone decides to like, I don't know, kidnap me. I have some like sticky notes and staplers and all of that kind of stuff. So this is just like my office supply drawer. I feel like everyone needs to have a drawer like this in their house. The next drawer is art supplies that I tend to use a little bit more frequently. So I have some more artist tape in there. I have my watercolors. I have some metallic art supplies. I have all my inks in there, my masking fluid, everything in here. So this is art supplies I do tend to use more frequently, and therefore I like to have it closer to my desk. And lastly, in this bottom drawer is all of my shame. I have all of the markers in here that I've purchased and have yet to review. I have other markers in here that I have reviewed. I have like spare Copic refills. I have old sketchbooks, new sketchbooks. I have some other odds and ends in here, but this is like all marker related stuff. So, you know, we're just gonna pretend I didn't spend a lot of money on that. And at long last, we have the top of my desk. Now this is some various IKEA parts that I have Frankensteined together. I will have the various parts listed down below, but I basically have an IKEA desk top with some IKEA legs attached underneath. I only have 3 out of 4 of the legs screwed in, because with the 4th leg screwed in, the drawers would not be able to come this far out. So I have one of them detached, but it's kind of in the middle of the desk, supporting it at the center, because I did purchase a rather large desktop, and shortly after I purchased it, I did notice that the desk was kind of bowing out in the middle because of the weight on the center of the desk. So if you purchase an IKEA desktop, just be wary that that may happen. And if I had to do it all over again, I probably would not get the cheapest IKEA legs, or I would have gotten a little bit of a narrower desk. So yeah, but I am happy with the size that I got. It works really well, and with that extra leg kind of floating in the middle to support the weight of the center of the desk, it's really kind of helped compensate for that. So on my desktop, I have all of my Copics and Copic refills. I have my Copic color charts. I have my favorite sketching tools, my current sketchbooks. I have obviously lots of decoration, and I'll kind of just go through and break this down piece by piece. First of all, drink water. So my Copic case is actually from Amazon. It was a birthday gift from Keith. Mine came broken, but not so broken that it was no longer functional, so it's kind of just glued together in a few parts. This holds, I believe, around 250 markers or so. Holding all my markers and a good amount of my refills. You can see I have more refills here down the side. And I do love this organizer. It angles the Copics up so that they're easier to grab. You can really read all the numbers very easily, and it holds the Copic sketch markers so well, and it holds the refills nicely too. So I will have this storage case linked down below if I can find it and it's still available. But moving to my refill storage, this is from a website called stampandstorage.com. This was what my Copics used to fit in until I kind of outgrew it. So now it's holding my refills, which have also sort of outgrown it. And I have some of my multi-liner pens up here as well as some refills that didn't fit. You know, we tried our best. I have my Copic colorless blender refill. I have this lamp. This is not the lamp that was in my previous workstation tour, but it is one that was in our old apartment as well. I just kind of switched the lamps around a bit, and I do still use these very funny shower cap looking things to kind of soften and diffuse the light. And you'll notice none of the lamps are pointing directly at the desk. They're kind of pointing up at the wall, and then the light from the wall is bouncing off onto the desk, which creates kind of a much softer light. So that's what I like to do when I'm filming. I don't like any direct harsh light because that can create direct harsh shadows. And what I like about this lamp is that it does have a little outlet plug, and I do kind of just have various odds and ends in here. So I have like some scrap paper, some chapstick, some receipts, some buttons from like my Patreon rewards. So I have all of that kind of just tucked in here. But I like that it also has some storage components to it. And then I just have a little painting of a sugar skull. Moving on to the top of my desk, I have this little hutch that is really nice for storage, and this is also from IKEA. I have some obviously just various decorations and cute things that make me feel very, very happy. I have this little corgi calendar, some more fake succulents that I don't have plant pun names for yet, so pending. But I have this really nice dry erase board calendar that's really nice for writing school things as well as art related things and just life things. I have some stuff attached to it because it is obviously magnetic. I have some video ideas and some little color swatches and things like that. Then over here, I have a little print from the imaginative artist, aka Nikki. She's super sweet. We share a birthday, and I love this illustration, so I've had this on my desk for quite some time. I have a little candle there. I have this little felt letterboard, which is also from the Target dollar spot. Definitely hit up your Target dollar spot. They had a ton of really good office stuff the last time I was there, and that's where I picked up a lot of the decor for my workstation tour. So on that, I just have the words "make bed art," which is a quote from a video that I made over a year ago. That's actually one of my favorite videos I've ever made. So if you haven't seen it, I will link it in the cards so you can check it out. And then behind that, I just have some fake flowers from the dollar store. Balling on a budget. P.S. This thing, also from Target dollar spot. So as mentioned in my overview, I have my Copic color charts up here, and what's really cool about this IKEA hutch is that the back of it is also dry erase board, so it is also magnetic. So I just have the color charts secured there with magnets, which makes them really easy to take off if I need to get a closer look at anything. I have one of my business cards pinned up here. I have just some various pieces of scrap paper in case I need to do a quick swatch test. Here I have like regular pens and pencils just for everyday writing tools, and then I have my sketching pencils. I love the Prismacolor Colorase pencils. They're my all-time favorite. I have a little notepad here for writing quick to-do lists, and then I have this little Lazy Susan pen holder that has all of my gel pens, paintbrushes, brush pens, all sorts of fun stuff is in there. So I'm not really going to bother going through all of that because it's just pens. Kind of boring. We'd be here all day. And then to the left of that, I have all of my bullet journaling pens. So yes, I had a whole drawer of bullet journaling pens, but these are the bullet journaling pens that I use like every time I journal. So not when I'm creating my monthly spreads, but when I'm just filling in stuff here and there. So I have the Pilot Frixon erasable pens and then the Staedtler Tri Plus fine liners, both of which I really, really enjoy. And on top of that, I just have like some erasers and stuff. And next to that, I have a little notebook if I want to jot down ideas, my current sketchbook, and my bullet journal. To protect my beautiful white IKEA desk, I have this little clear mat. This was from Amazon. This is my alternative to a cutting mat that you would use for drafting. That's what I used to have in this workstation, and I still have that mat for when I'm actually cutting stuff with an X-Acto knife or something like that. But it's not a great filming backdrop. This is a little bit nicer. It's less harsh. You don't really notice it that much. And it is a little bit dirty, but I can always replace this. It was fairly inexpensive. And it's just a nice way to protect the surface of the desk from getting kind of gross. So yeah, and this is from Amazon, and I will have that link down below as well. Another thing I love about this IKEA hutch is that it does have a little shelf unit built in, so you can store some little odds and ends in here as well. This first shelf, I have my Copic airbrush system and my tarot card deck. The next shelf, I just have various camera stuff. I have my webcam, my spare SD cards, my little camera mounts, all of that stuff. So that's where I keep all of it so that it's organized and it's really within reach when I need it. And then down here, I have my snowball mic, which I use for recording voiceovers, my pencil sharpener, and then just a little bag here that's filled with like charging cords and various things. You'll notice here, I have another funky lamp. This one is from IKEA. I loved the color, and it has another funky little shower curtain on here to help diffuse the light. These don't get hot, which is something I'm amazed by. There are daylight bulbs in here, and maybe the daylight bulbs just don't run very hot, or maybe it's the lamp itself, but I'm never worried about having these on the lamps for a long period of time because they don't get hot. So that's a really nice plus. But this lamp is extra great because it's super flexible and I can point it basically any direction I need to, which is super handy. I love having a workstation that's versatile because it just makes it really easy to change things up and just make it what I need it to be. And then hanging off the top of this lamp, I just have a little speaker. It's a Bluetooth speaker, so if I wanted to play music while I was drawing, or especially during live streams, that's what I can use. And lastly, this is where I keep my laptop. Now, I really like the way I have the desk situated in this workspace, especially compared to my old workspace, because I feel like I can really move my computer out of the way to work on art. And the computer kind of has its own place where it's not getting in the way and it's not getting in my camera shots, which I really enjoy. So this is my computer. The case is getting really gross and dingy. I'm not sure why. It was a really cheap Amazon case and I would not recommend it because I only had it for a few months before it started getting nasty. And it never leaves this spot. Like, it's always sitting in this spot on my desk. It's not like it's like rolling around in my backpack all day. So yeah, kind of weird. But that's my laptop, and obviously I use that to watch YouTube videos while I work or watch Netflix or Hulu, or that's basically all I do, actually. That's basically all I do in this space. And the final thing of importance in my workstation would have to be my office chair. This was a birthday gift this year from Keith, and it is from Costco. I love it. It really matches the workstation nicely, and it is a serious upgrade from my old desk chair, which was literally falling apart by the time we moved. So this is a much needed upgrade and I love it. Super comfortable. It has back support and it has armrests. What more could a girl want? But yeah, if you're looking for good office chairs, Costco has them for a really good price. And that's it. I am much sweatier than I was when we started, but that is my workspace tour. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys found it helpful. If anything, I hope it showed you that you don't have to spend a lot to make a really efficient workstation. Most of this furniture, I would wager 75% of this furniture in here I bought used and secondhand. It was really affordable, and I think you could do the same. So if you have family friends or family members that are getting rid of stuff, definitely consider reusing it and repurposing it for your workstation, because you never know, it could really shake things up. So I hope you guys liked this. If you did, give it a thumbs up down below. I will do my best to link everything in the description bar, where you can buy it, if you can buy it, what the brand was, and I hope that that's helpful to you. And if you want to show me your workstation tour, I would love to see it, so you can tag me on Instagram or on Twitter. I will have that information on the screen as well as down below in the description bar. But that's it for me today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and I will see you on the internet.